Hello, my name is Natalie Wright, and the purpose of my speech is to persuade my audience to adopt a pet who desperately needs a home. There are many pets all over the world who are starving or in a pound. You can be that person to save a dog from dying of starvation or by being put to death because there isn't enough room for them. Most shelters are no-kill shelters, but there are still shelters that will kill animals to make more room for newer and younger pets. About 25,000 animals are being abused each year, and only about 1,500 are rescued from their abusive homes. You can help save one of these animals and put them in a great home. All of these rescued animals can be saved by you, your family, and friends. These cats and dogs need your help. They need a great, loving home, and you can provide that for them. Throughout my speech, I will try to show you how much your life will change if you adopt a pet today. All of these rescued animals are mostly cats and dogs. The cats and dogs that have been put up for adoption have been spayed, neutered, house-trained, and have been screened to make sure they are not violent. All the animals that are brought into shelters are given a vet checkup, a flea bath, shots, and are fed a proper diet from the moment they come in until right when they leave. The vet checkup is to make sure the animals are healthy and do not have any underlying conditions. The pets are great companions, and they need your care and affection. A lot of the pets that have been brought into shelters have been abused or abandoned by their owners. By adopting a pet, you can show them the right way they should have been treated, with love and affection. I'm sure that if the abused animals could talk, they would ask why their owner hit them, or why did they not give me food when I was hungry? Why did he leave me to die? These animals need a home where they are not in danger or of any type of abuse. Most animals that have been abused have a soft and obedient way about them. Any animal you choose from a shelter, you must be very careful with them. Because of the situations they were in before you adopted them, it can take them a while to get used to humans and ever trust them again. Adopting an abused animal can be hard because they need so much love and attention. But in the long run, the animal can help you as well. In different studies about animals affecting humans, they show that pets can change your moods and the way you think about your life for the better. Can you imagine a little dog or cat jumping up on your lap after a long day and cuddling with you? Wouldn't that make you happy? Just to know that an animal is going to love you even if you had a bad day or not. That would make me happy. The adoption process is not hard at all. The first step is to make sure you find a good shelter or website to adopt them from. Project PAW, Broome County Dog Shelter, Being Kind Shelter, and Broome Humane Society are just a few shelters in and around Binghamton, New York. I chose Project PAW because I once visited it because I wanted to adopt a cat. I didn't end up getting one from there because the day I went, they only had males to adopt. I wanted a female so I could name her Sadie. There are a few steps to take if you want to adopt from Project PAW. You need to make sure your home is a safe environment for a cat or dog. You also need to make sure your pet and the ones you will be adopting get along with one another. You must agree that the pet you are adopting will be exclusively an indoor pet. There are many dangers when animals are outside, such as traffic, other animal abusers, and wild animals, depending on where you live. If adopting a cat or dog younger than 6 months of age, you must get the animal spayed or neutered when it becomes old enough, and provide documentation. Female cats and dogs must be 6 months old or older before they can be spayed. Male cats and dogs must be older than 7 months before they can be neutered. Depending on where you adopt them from, some small adoption fees may apply. Adoption fees are to help the organization for vet bills and food for the animals. Most shelters have workers on a volunteer basis to help keep the costs low for adoption. Adopting an animal can save their life and even open up a spot in the shelter for another homeless animal. Most shelters will screen the potential owners to make sure their home is safe and make sure the animal will not be harmed. All of these rescued animals who were neglected and abandoned need loving homes. If you do not act soon, a cat or dog could be killed. Matthew 10:29 talks about 2 sparrows being sold for a farthing, but if one were to fall, God would know because he cares for the animals he created. If you cannot tell by this verse, God really does care about his creation. Do you know how unimportant a sparrow is? God even cares for them. It just shows how much God cares for the animals that he created. Wouldn't you want to help adopt a cat or dog? Even if you cannot adopt an animal, you can support our local animal shelters by giving donations. Donations are a great way to help out your local shelter because they need to constantly keep buying food for the animals. They also need cleaning supplies to make sure all of the animals have clean places to sleep and play around in. I know that God loves these animals, and so should you. By adopting a pet or donating to a shelter, you will be helping some of God's creations. In conclusion, adopting a pet can be a great way for you and your family. Can be great for you and your family. Pets can teach you or your children responsibility. It can also teach them to love and care for an animal. Pets are always good for people and who may be lonely or just need a companion. Pets will always be there to snuggle with you. People are great when you want to talk, but when all you need is your own space, pets are there for you just to relax with. All the animals put up for adoption have been spayed, neutered, house-trained, and the adoption process is very simple. You need to adopt a dog or cat today. There are many different shelters near you. If you live near Binghamton, I have put up a few links to adoption sites in Binghamton or at least near it. The reason why I have personal connection to adoption is because I have read articles on abused animals and I know the animals need love and attention.